talk about some of the vocal cares that because I think a lot of times people, as you know, when it comes to a regular singer and then you have a worship, you're actually leading worship. What I share with them is almost like a dual role, because you're actually exalting as well as you're singing.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost mandatory that you have great vocal care to be able to actually pull both of those things off on a consistent basis. Mm-hmm. So talk about that vocal care from your perspective.
So for me, this is essential to my life.
Mm-hmm.
I keep water. If you were to come to my house, I have in my refrigerator there is like 2 shelves full of water. I keep water and stay hydrated. You know, I think a lot of times singers try to get water when they're about to sing and don't realize it's really not having a real effect. The hydration, it takes time for your body to become hydrated once you're drinking water. So me drinking water while I'm singing is not really affecting me while I'm singing. It affects me hours later. So I keep water in my life. I drink water all the time. I've completely cut out sodas. I do no soda. Wow. I do no caffeine. I try to cut my sugar intake as far as drinking is concerned now. Now, every now and then, Alpheus will call me about a sweet potato cake that he done found somewhere, and that kind of throws the sugar intake off. But I mean, I drink nothing but water, no coffee, nothing like that. I try to keep all of those types of things to a minimum. Now I do cheat. I will say this: I'm not one of those singers that have to do room temperature water. Like mine is cold. I drink cold water, and I have no problem. The other key is I get into bed. Like I go to sleep. I rest. I knock out. Especially if I know I have things going on. And when I was really traveling a whole lot, I learned from LaJune on the road when we were supposed to be on the road with PCT. And LaJune was the queen of, when we got up the stage, you found her on the bus under her covers. Yep. And I was like, June, people want to talk to you, and she said, no, okay, no, I'm good. I'm good. And I learned, in order to have what I needed to have, the energy, the strength that I need to have, the vocal dexterity that I'm going to need to have, I need to be asleep. I need to get somewhere and I rest. And I think I learned that with age. I relearned how to sing at 30. When I turned 30 years old, I completely had to learn how to sing. Like I learned what my approach is, what I need to do, what my body needs, all of that kind of stuff. Well, now I'm approaching 40. And so I'm having to literally relearn again. How do I need to do this? What does it take? How long do I need to get up in advance of me having to do ministry to really wake my body up? What's it going to take for me to step into? Because, when we were young, boom, you just hop up on stage and you ready to go. And the body say, okay, keep doing that. Keep thinking you can just go and sing a C sharp in the early morning like you want to. It's not going to work. I need that time to warm myself up. I need to spend some time in the shower doing some vocalizing and all of that kind of stuff. So it's, you have to really learn your body. You have to really learn your body. We were having a conversation before we started the vocal shed, and before we started this session, and one of the gentlemen was talking about how he's had sinus issues, and as he's gotten older, those sinus issues have changed and they've increased. That was one of the things that my doctor told me. When I turned 30, it was nothing for me to kind of be able to, I'd get the little sinus issues and stuff like that, and take a couple of pills and boom, I'm good. And so once I turned 30, my doctor said, as you get older, your body won't fight that off like it used to. So now you have to be proactive. So because I know that I have sinus issues, when there's a certain time of the year that comes around, I go ahead and start my Flonase. I go ahead and start taking the stuff that I need to take so that I don't have to get an infection before I actually have to before I need the sinus medication. So just learning those types of things as you go along on your journey.
Yeah, and a lot of that is definitely it can be different things for different folks. You got to spend that time to find what works for you best. I know for me, from a vocal standpoint, I definitely try to stay away from, even with the sinus medicines, I try to stay away from anything that has antihistamine in it because it tends to strip my vocal cord. Some other people can take it and they'll be fine with it. So it's just a matter of finding what works for you and then kind of sticking to that.
Right.
I usually do, Claritin D because it doesn't have the antihistamine in it. And then plus it helps with the decongestion as well as, the allergies that may actually present with that as well. So yeah, just finding what kind of works, kind of work with you. Shawn, you have been